The death of Moses. A journey's end. The sun was beginning to set over the rugged peaks of Moab. A gentle wind swept through the wilderness, brushing against the weathered robes of an old man standing alone on the heights of Mount Nebo. Facing the land he had long dreamed of, Moses. Yet he knew his time had come. Look at the land I have promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You may see it with your eyes, but you shall not cross over. Now 120 years old, his eyes were still sharp, his strength not diminished. The Lord had said to him, "Go up to Mount Nebo, to the top of Pisgah, which is across from Jericho." And so Moses climbed. Each step echoed memories: the burning bush on Mount Horeb, the parting of the Red Sea, the thunder of Sinai, the manna that fell from heaven, and the murmuring of the people he had led. From the mountaintop, Moses looked out. "I have let you see it with your eyes, but you shall not go over there." He could see Jericho, like a jewel in the distance. He could almost hear the laughter of children and the rustling of vineyards. There before him lay the promised land, green valleys, flowing rivers, and distant cities. Tears welled in his eyes, not of sorrow, but of peace. They wept not just for a leader, but for a father, a prophet, and a friend. Then the voice of the Lord came to him, soft as a whisper, yet powerful as thunder. But in the arms of the God who had called him from the fire and walked with him through deserts and storms, "This is the land I swore to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, I will give it to your descendants." Moses breathed deeply one last time. With a heart full of obedience and love for the God he had served, he closed his eyes. And there in the land of Moab, Moses, the servant of the Lord, died. Not in pain, not in despair. The Lord himself laid him to rest. No one knows the place where he was buried. The people of Israel mourned him for 30 days in the plains of Moab. The journey would continue. But the man who had spoken with God face to face like a friend was gone. For now, Joshua, filled with the spirit of wisdom, because Moses had laid his hands on him, stood ready to lead. And never again did there arise in Israel a prophet like Moses. The end.